American history is told in fragments, and its most uncomfortable truths are buried beneath the weight of convenience. Today, we uncover one such truth, a story of grievance, resistance, and a declaration. At its center stands Virginia's royal governor, John Murray, the Earl of Dunmore, whose pivotal and controversial actions inflamed tensions and exposed the moral contradictions of a revolution. Let us not mince words. Lord Dunmore's warning to the colonists was both a threat and a reckoning. If they dared to take up arms in Virginia, he would declare freedom to slaves and reduce the city of Williamsburg to ashes. And in November 1775, he made good on half that promise with Dunmore's Proclamation, a document that declared martial law and promised freedom to enslaved black colonials who fled their patriot owners and joined British forces. To Virginia's planter class and its elite, this proclamation was said to be infuriating, and it drove many who had wavered into the arms of revolution. Yet, let us ask the difficult question: why did it infuriate them so? Was it because Dunmore's act struck at the very heart of their rebellion? Not liberty, but property? Was it because his words unmasked the hypocrisy of a movement claiming to fight for freedom while denying it to thousands? By the time Dunmore issued his proclamation, grievances against the British Crown had indeed stacked high. The Stamp Act of 1765, the Townshend Acts, and other measures had kindled the fires of colonial resentment. But one piece of legislation, often glossed over by conventional narratives, casts a revealing light on the Patriots' actual motivations. The American Colonies Act of 1766, or the Declaratory Act. This act, revisionist historians often remind us, asserted Parliament's supremacy over the colonies, invalidating colonial laws that challenged its authority. But here lies the untold truth. By doing so, it also abolished colonial slave statutes and hereditary slave laws, reverting enslaved individuals to their legal status under English law, a status that did not recognize hereditary or lifelong slavery. And what was the colonists' response? They called England's King George III a tyrant in the Declaration of Independence in 1776, accusing him of abolishing our most valuable laws and fundamentally altering the forms of our governments. Which colonial laws, we must ask, were so valuable to them? Which forms of governance were so dear? The answer, glaring and undeniable, is that these were the slave laws and systems that enshrined human bondage, the very foundation of their economy and society. Lord Dunmore's proclamation did more than threaten the institution of slavery. It forced the colonists to confront their own contradictions. It drew a line in the sand. Would the revolution be a fight for universal liberty or merely for the liberty of the few? The response was clear. White Virginians, outraged by the prospect of losing their enslaved labor force, turned against Dunmore with a fervor that fueled the revolution. This is the inconvenient truth. The flames of rebellion were stoked not merely by taxes or governance, but by the desperate desire to preserve a system of exploitation. Dunmore's actions, far from being the sole cause of outrage, merely exposed what lay beneath: the struggle to uphold an economic and social order built on the backs of enslaved men, women, and children. Today, as we reflect on this history, let us not romanticize the revolution without acknowledging its complexities. Let us honor those who fought for freedom while also recognizing those who were denied it. And let us commit ourselves to telling the full story, a story not of flawless heroes, but of flawed humanity, grappling with the meaning of liberty. And visit our website at Wells Center on American Exceptionalism and look for future videos.